Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to discuss my eating disorder inpatient history. As you know, had suffered from an eating disorder for 18 years, and I've had various inpatient treatments since 2005 with the relapse of my wife, and obviously recently with the death of my father in 2014. What I've noticed in quite a lot of the times was, in this country you're basically sent to a psychiatric ward rather than an eating disorder patient ward, obviously because there's the lack of beds and there's various lack of units, and even units such as the Priory in Scotland, they maybe only have like 5 beds in a unit, which you're luckily, if you get the funding through your general practice to get there in the first place. What I encountered quite a lot was, and what you can expect for eating disorder recovery when you go into hospital, is the first time when you go in, they'll obviously check through your bags and things, and obviously to make sure you've got no sharps and things, because there's a risk of you harming yourself and things, and all your food and things are taken off you as well, obviously because of your eating disorder and that, and the risk of you maybe overfeeding yourself and running into the risk of refeeding syndrome, which is basically when your body starts refeeding itself after a starvation period. You'll start to get edema, which is swelling of the legs and things, and you can obviously bring on a heart attack, which is fatal. So you most likely be put on a gradual refeeding diet, and what happens there is they'll start refeeding you a couple of 100 calories a day, maybe a light breakfast, and then gradually add it up over the next few days to a week. 300 calories, 400 calories, and so on until you're able to tolerate food again. And one thing that happened to me quite a lot, and was peg fed through, which is basically a tube through your stomach and things, where they'll gradually feed you bolus injections of liquidized food to try and get your weight up. And there's nothing more, it feels terrible, and you feel really down, somebody force feeding you that way, but it is for your own good, unfortunately, because you need that nutrition to repair all the damage done to your organs and things and start you back on the road to recovery. So I would tell you, please expect that could happen. Don't let it happen. Fight for recovery. Don't get to the stage where you need hospitalisation. I was hospitalised, and I was for 9 months at a time, sometimes 6 months, then 3 months recently. I was in constant bed rest, and I would be wheelchaired down to the halls to get my meals, because I couldn't, they wouldn't let me walk, obviously, because of the risk of you wasting precious calories and things. And even when I went to the toilet, there'd be somebody coming in to the toilet turning their back, obviously for the risk of you vomiting up or anything like that. And the worst part about it is, I'm a 36-year-old man. Some of the times they were sending in students to sit outside my room watching me, because I was in 24-hour surveillance, which you'll likely have as well. And there's nothing more discouraging than somebody that age watching over you. You feel absolutely terrible. But what I will tell you is the nursing staff and things were absolutely great. I can't thank them enough. They saved my life. And though I was in a ward with psychiatric patients suffering from all different types of things like schizophrenia, bipolar illness, various illnesses, the support you get off them is immense, and you build a lot of great relationships that you have outside again, and that really helped me in my recovery. The only thing I would say is, with the psychiatric wards, the nurses really don't have a clue regards eating disorders. They were coming in and like they were telling me they were learning about eating disorders off me, and they were taking down notes about things that they didn't know anything about. it's just terrible that you have to be get into the kind of situations, but it's like I say, the funding is terrible and there's no units basically catered for eating disorders. We really need something to be done, and I've been canvassing in Parliament through BEAT and my Men and Boys Eating Disorder Service to get this pushed forward, and it is gradually getting better, but we're still a long way to getting what we need. Hopefully this will change and we will see more specialist units, which really needs to be done. But I feel the main issue is they take you into hospital and the focus on the BMI aspect, getting you up to that healthy weight, rather than focusing on which the actual problem is. As you all know, eating disorders are not about relationship with food. It's all about the social aspect that you've maybe went through, whether it be bullying, a problem that you've suffered in your life, something that's happened in your family. For me, it was obviously losing my mum and my grandfather and my wife's illness through cancer. They focus on getting you out and focusing on the weight, and they send you back out with that same problem that you're suffering from. It's a bit like bandaging up a broken leg and sending you back out. I feel they really need to change all the way they deal with eating disorders and things. But obviously that's what you have to go through. You can choose recovery. Eating disorders are not a choice, but recovery is. Please keep fighting and don't become an inpatient. Speak out to somebody that you can trust, whether that be a family member, anybody, a friend. Go online and there's various things like BEAT. You can go on there, speak to people that's going through the same thing as you. You can go on anonymously, so don't worry about it. You can go on anonymously with Mother Charity, Men and Boys Eating Disorder Service, and they'll offer you great help on where you can go to. But speak out about it. Don't let it get to the stage where you're hospitalised, because that is what happens when you let it go too long. Recovery will happen, but only if you want it. I hope this has been giving you a wee bit of insight into what inpatient treatment's like, and it's not a thing you want. If you can do it at home, please do it. I've listed below some of the things that you can get help with. I would like to recommend my friend Lauren Mackenzie. She does a YouTube channel, The Vegan Lass. As you well know, I'm vegan as well, but she's went through a lot of eating disorder problems in the past and she's recovering. I would really like you to check out her channel for a female aspect in which she can maybe help you with, rather than a male aspect that I'm showing. Thanks again guys, and I hope to speak soon. Love to yous all. Bye.